This is a free download from the BBC. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/podcasts.
Hello, podcasters. How are you? Go on, answer. I don't care if you're in your car and you think I can't hear you. I can. Or a bus. Yeah, you, on a bus. Walking down the street. Or in bed. Naked. I can hear and see all of you. And you disgust me. Coming up, I shave my beard and I get sore legs. But here's that jingle that separates this bit with the next bit.
Across beds, hearts and bucks.
This is BBC Three Counties Radio.
Do you guys say anything in this one?
Can do.
You don't have to. It's It's the weak bit. It's the weak bit.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean the weak bit?
When you two speak in the podcast. It's not what people are tuning in for. It's not the I'm so sorry, I've forgotten your name.
Dashy.
It's not the Kelly Betts podcast. It's not the Katie Boyle podcast. It's the... Well, no. Well, then go and do your own podcast.
Can't be bothered.
Well,
Exactly.
Why don't we just do this one? We could just steal Ian's.
All right, then.
We just ride on Ian's.
Away you go.
Let's do it.
Ride roughshod
All right.
over me, girls.
No, let's do it.
Here we
And
go.
if you enjoy the podcast, feel free to tweet at Ian Lee and let him know that you prefer at 3CR Kate and at Kelly Betts in control of the podcast.
And to that shrimper fella who tweeted me earlier on this week and hurt my feelings. This week we've got some new trails.
That wasn't even from her mouth.
What are trails, Kelly?
Trails, they're like adverts within the BBC, so it'd be an advert for another BBC show.
So the new one really bigged up our show. It made us sound brilliant. It made us sound massive. It made us sound exciting and unmissable, didn't it?
It really did.
We weren't on it.
Today on BBC Three Counties Radio.
From 9.
The JVS Show.
With the big phone in, the hottest topic of the day, and your consumer problems.
From 12.
Nick Coffer.
Showcasing the very best of beds, hearts and bucks with great guests, loads of advice and the music you love.
From 3.
Roberto Perroni.
I'm here with a roundup of the day's news, the latest travel and your stories.
From 6.
Three Counties Sport.
With a look back at the weekend's action and taking a look at the grassroots sport across beds, hearts and bucks.
Today on BBC Three Counties Radio.
What about me? What about me?
Maybe Wally plays one saying from 6.
I don't think Wally likes me because I hijacked the last 2 minutes of his show.
They're the best 2 minutes, though.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we can make our own. I'll make our own today.
That's all right, I don't mind
We
that.
better. We better. We won't put anyone else on ours.
No, we'll just have you.
Say.
It could be... So
I'll say,
at
I
the
got
end...
it.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm
being silly. It's all right.
From 6 o'clock, Ian talks about some stuff. From 6:30, he's going to talk about some more stuff. From 7 o'clock, join Ian talking about some
I
stuff.
feel like you're taking the mick a little bit, Catherine. She feels like being a bit sarcastic
No,
again.
I thought it was quite a good illustration of what we do.
Is she being sarcastic, Kelly?
No, I think we're with you on this.
You sound like you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm genuinely... I've got tears in my eyes. Listen to my voice. It's shaking because I can't believe...
Can't see any
We've been forgotten about.
tears in your eyes.
No.
Come here. Come on, let's have this
How
out.
about now?
What's going on now?
We're going to have a hug.
It'll be okay, you know.
No! Why are we always forgotten about?
Now you are taking the mick, right? Thanks. Thanks a lot. Sucked me in there. Morning, guys. Ian Lee, BBC Three Counties Radio. Not good enough to be on the trail with the rest of the team. The other guys, JVS, Roberto, and the cough. That's fine.
Should we make our own trail?
No, Ian should do it. He's texting.
Ian?
What are you doing?
Ian, who are you texting?
I'm not. It's nothing to do with me. I'm listening to you muff up my podcast figures.
Oh, wow. I might put that in the trail.
Today on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Ian talks about some stuff.
Suck my piano.
From 6:30, he's going to talk about some more stuff.
I don't like the jelly.
From 7 o'clock, join Ian talking about some stuff.
I'm not. It's nothing to do with me. I'm listening to you muff up my podcast figures.
Today on BBC Three Counties Radio.
Muff up my podcast figures.
This is how he really talks to us.
This week, it got serious.
Now, the Mayor of Milton Keynes has resigned after it emerged a taxi driver he personally vouched for was a convicted rapist. Liberal Democrat Shaban Shafiq has handed in his chain, and 2 other councillors have stepped down from the licensing committee after 7 other drivers were found to have criminal records. Well, joined now by Labour and Cooperative Leader of Milton Keynes Council, Pete Marland. Morning, Peter.
Morning, Ian.
So 7 other drivers were found to have criminal records. What were their criminal records?
At the moment, we are doing all background checks to find that out.
Oh, so you still don't know?
We do know, but what we need to do is make sure that we have the full facts. One of those drivers has handed in his plates, and we will take immediate action against the other 6 as we find out more detail.
Because one of the other drivers, aside from this rapist, one had convictions for a sexual offence, didn't he?
One has a conviction for a historic sexual offence. Like I say, you know, we need the full facts. Historic is... I hate it when the word historic is used in regards to these offences. He's got a conviction for a sexual offence. Absolutely. In the same way you can't mitigate rape, you can't mitigate a sexual offence. We need to make sure we have all the facts. And like I did with the taxi driver who had the conviction for rape, I will take immediate action. I just need to make sure that we have the full facts available when we take those actions.
When do you think you'll have those full facts?
We've been working non-stop over the weekend, and we will take that action as soon as we possibly can.
When do you think you'll take that action?
I will take it as soon as I possibly can. You know,
Well, the thing is, Peter, it's quite because supposing there's another one of these drivers who's got a sexual offence, and they could be driving around for ages. You can understand why. I mean, would you put your daughter in a cab, Peter?
We're doing all we can to make sure that the public has absolute confidence.
Would you put your daughter in a cab?
You know, I don't think that the 1,300 taxi drivers in Milton Keynes, the vast majority of them are good, honest, law-abiding people.
Yeah, of course they are, but you're playing a little bit of Russian roulette. Would you put your daughter in a cab?
I don't think that the vast majority of taxi drivers in Milton Keynes need the tarring with the stained brush. I really don't. But, you know...
Would you put your daughter in a cab, Peter?
We're working absolutely to make sure that people can put their daughter in a cab. At the moment, I will take action to make sure that people can put their daughter in the cab.
Can I ask you a question?
You know,
Can I ask you a question?
Of course you can, yeah, of course you can.
Would you put your daughter in a cab, Peter?
You know, I'm not Michael Howard, and you're not Jeremy Paxman. You know...
I know, it's a simple question. Would you put your daughter in a cab? The fact that I've asked it 8 times and you've ignored it implies to me that no, you wouldn't, which implies to me that you don't think the cabs are safe.
I think our cabs are safe.
Would you put your daughter in a cab?
I mean, I don't have a daughter, but at the end of the day, I think the vast majority of taxi drivers in Milton Keynes are good, law-abiding people.
Would you put your wife in a cab?
Would I put my wife in a cab? I think that would be completely her decision, but... You know, I think the vast majority of taxi drivers in Milton Keynes are good, honest
And
people.
we know that, Peter, and we know that, and I'm not tarring all of the taxi drivers with the same brush, but you've got 7 people who've got criminal records. This is not including the rape guy. One has got a sexual offence, and we don't know what the others are. So it could be something like shoplifting, or it could be rape. We don't know, you've not been able to give me a date as to when. You've not been able to give me a date as to when these people will be suspended or have their licences revoked if they need to be.
Let me be really clear. Those 6 other people, they're not 7. One has handed in his plates. The offences are not of the order of magnitude.
What are they then? You said you didn't know. Sorry, I thought you said you didn't know. What are they?
No, I didn't say I didn't know. What I said was we are working to assure we've got all the facts.
Okay.
But I can give the people of Milton Keynes the assurance that we will take immediate action when we know all the facts and we are able to do so.
When do you think you might know all the facts? How long will that take?
We're working...
Today? Tomorrow? This week?
Possible. You know, as soon as I found out this guy was a rapist, I took immediate action. The public of Milton Keynes can be absolutely assured that, you know, the vast majority of taxi drivers in Milton Keynes are safe, and of course they can get in a cab.
The other taxi driver who's got the conviction for sexual offence, have they had their licence revoked?
Not at the moment.
Oh.
We are working to do that.
How long does it take to revoke a licence of someone who's been convicted of a sexual offence?
Well, unfortunately, the law is quite clear that that's been taken into account. But what I will do is make sure that everybody who drives a cab in Milton Keynes is safe to do so.
Even the fellow with the sexual offence?
this is such a difficult situation.
Yeah. It doesn't seem that difficult. If there's a taxi driver driving around who's got a conviction for a sexual offence, well, you don't let them be a taxi driver.
No, you're absolutely correct, and I would wonder why he is and why the panel took that decision. But what we need to do is make sure we have all the facts available so we can take that decision.
Peter, when do you were these offences known when they got their licences?
They would have had to be declared, yes, and therefore what we need to do is make sure that we take action in the proper way.
Give us a timetable. Come on, Peter, because there will be people who'll be a little concerned. Give us a timetable. Is it today? Is it this week? Is it this month? Is it this year? Give us a vague idea.
And you don't think I'm not concerned about this. Don't, for any reason, think that I'm not concerned about this.
Give us a vague idea, a vague timeline of when this might be resolved.
We found out about this. We've done all the work to make sure...
I know. Just give us a vague timeline.
But it will not be any length of time,
What?
It will not be any length of time. We need to do it properly, and we need to make sure that person could not get back on the road if we did revoke the licence.
But, Peter, just vague... I've got no idea how these things work. Is it today? Is it this week? Is it this month? Is it this year?
It will not be any length of time, so,
That doesn't mean anything, sir.
It does mean something, and what it means is...
It will be some length of time, Mr. Marland.
It will, obviously, but what we need to do is make sure we've got the full facts, and therefore what I'm hoping is that we can take that action very, very quickly. Very quickly.
If you're a regular to the podcast, and why wouldn't you be, you may remember that Matt Allwright stood up for Dave Luton, saying that Ian was too hard on him, which I think was a fair point, even though Dave thinks his name is Mark Watts. This week a beautiful friendship blossomed, didn't it, Kelly?
Yeah.
It's quite lovely.
And then it came to a shuddering halt.
Right. Shall we get a celebrity on the show? Shall we call up Matt Allwright?
Yeah, I've got his number.
Yeah, it's 077... 7?
Yeah.
777.
Right. Oh, I shouldn't be doing this on air, should I? Hang on a minute.
Right,
hang on a second.
777.
Hang on, I shouldn't be doing that. Thanks, guys. I nearly gave out a top celebrity...
Just tweet it.
Phone number. I'll do both of them. Right. No, don't. Oh, dear, I saw that. You made me look at that last week.
I didn't make you.
You did. You told me to Google it, so I did. I think that's his number.
Hurry up.
All right, mate.
He can only do till 8:26.
Yeah, I know. He's going to be busting out of an old lady's television. I'm EMPSing you.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Right, okay.
Oh, I don't get it then.
Well, no, you don't. You can't have his number. You know why you can't have his number. You're like a dog on heat when Matt Allwright's...
I just like it when he does the old Welshman.
Now.
OK. Do you want to get Dave on as well?
What?
Have you written down... Oh, hang on. It's OK, it's not.
It's the excitement. She's misdialed. I'll get your other fella.
Get the other fella. This is exciting, isn't it? This is like zoo radio.
Right number now.
We don't care.
No, you've given me too many digits.
I've not given you too many digits.
You have.
Hang on a minute. Hang on. Oh, yeah, get rid of that first. Get rid of the second 8.
The second 8?
Yes.
OK.
Try that.
Hello, Dave. It's Catherine from Three Counties.
In the meantime, why don't we have some music?
We've got a nice surprise for you.
Should we have a little bit of music? Let's have some of this. I'm playing the piano really well. Oh? That's me on the piano, guys. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know where it goes there.
There we go. Here comes some more.
Thank you. That's the first song.
Next one. Here we go.
This is the second one. It goes...
Gosh, you really are a showman, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah. I had a candelabra. I won't tell you where, but I had one. This is me playing the piano. The old pianola.
Slapping those fingers down.
Aren't you on it?
I'm a pianist. I'm a classical pianist.
You're a massive pianist.
Hi, Vic. I can't do it with my left hand at the same.
Are you doing claw hands or are you doing hands flat to the piano and then slapping them down? That's what it sounds like.
I was lost in music.
Sounds like you're doing it with your elbow.
I know someone who's also a pianist. It's Matt Allwright. Good morning, Matt. Oh, good morning, Matt.
Did you just say pianist?
Yeah,
pianist.
You're a pianist.
Pianist.
Yes.
A pianist.
You are a pianist.
That's very edgy pronunciation right there.
That was me on the piano.
That was really lovely, Ian. It was really lovely. Have you had a tuner yet? Have you had someone in to come and have a look at it?
The D keeps sticking.
Okay. I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm not going to come across like some sort of expert. I'd suggest you put talcum powder on it. That usually sorts that sort of thing out.
It does. When it gets stuck, I always put a bit of talcum. Now, listen, are we allowed to say that you're filming in Stevenage today?
No, because it would be an outright lie.
Oh, blimey, we don't do that on the BBC.
No, but what is happening is I have a new programme which starts at 9:15 this morning.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right, all right, okay, just so let's mention which was partially filmed in Stevenage. So there is a point there. Everybody, please record it and listen to Jonathan Vernon Smith, and please record a Matt show and then delete without viewing. You're not replacing Homes Under the Hammer, are you?
No, we wouldn't do that.
Good.
No way.
What were you doing in Stevenage then? What dodgepots were you outing?
So, listen, what we were doing was making a programme called The Housing Enforcers, where I was hanging out and trying to be one of the housing officers from Stevenage Borough Council, all of whom I'd like to say a massive, I think the term is shout out.
A big up.
Yeah, you can big them up, definitely.
I'd like to big them up. I'd like to big up Tony, who is a fantastically cool guy.
All right, mate. Or you could just phone him up yourself. Stop wasting my radio time. Just send him a text.
No, I'll tell you the difference. Because people need to realise that their housing officers are there for them if they're in rented accommodation and they're having a hard time.
Gosh.
Then a lot of people don't realise that's who you can call.
This is taking a serious turn. This is
a serious issue.
Did you do the Welshman?
No, I didn't do the Welshman. No.
Did you get wee-wee on your head?
Not on this occasion, although I did step into lots of gardens full of poop and rats and sticky carpets and mould and damp. So there is the requisite degree of displeasure on my part and discomfort. So, you should be, comfort yourself with that a bit.
And it's all in Stevenage, is it?
No, it's not all in Stevenage. 1/6 of it is in Stevenage because we go to 6 borough councils or districts around the UK to hang out and have a look at the complaints people are coming in with about their rented accommodation,
That's on today at 9:15.
Yes.
You've bigged it up. Say hello to Dave.
Why?
Oh, good morning, sir.
Hello, Dave. How are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm really well. Now,
excuse me, but I don't know your name. What are your full name?
Yeah, no, it's Matt Allwright, Dave. It's Matt Allwright.
It's Mark Watts, Dave.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're the gentleman that texted Ian about me ringing up.
There was some communication on that, on that score. Yes, Dave. How are you today?
Fine, thank you, Matt. I do appreciate you ringing or texting in that could condemn that man sitting in that studio.
Well, I wouldn't go...
Hello?
He's just hung up! He just hung up on you, Dave!
No, he did not.
He hung up on you!
No, he did not.
He hung up.
No, he did not.
Wow, that was the people's champion, Matt Allwright, hanging up.
He hung up on you, Dave!
Did you have Elton John in for you over the weekend?
Matt Allwright hung up on you. That's never happened.
No,
He's the most persistent person on the telephone in the world. He never hangs up. He hung up on you.
He did not. You dipstick.
He did.
Catherine, did you switch him off?
No, honestly, I don't know how to break this to you.
What's that?
He hung up on you.
He did not.
He's a very rude man.
No, he did not.
He's a very rude man, and he should know how that feels as well.
I should be writing to him personally. You dipstick. Oh, here we go again. Hello? Hello? Did you have Elton John in for in your house over the weekend, playing that piano?
Going well, girls.
Thanks. Kath, should we do a high five, a podcast high five?
Yeah!
It was a question.
Let's do it with our chest.
Let's bump.
You do that.
Oh, actually, you're quite low down. That was windy.
Sorry about that. You want to hear some words that people don't say anymore?
Always.
Like iainlee.
Who?
Exactly.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Do you like words that no one says anymore? I've come up with some corkers.
Yeah.
Slazenger, Tamagotchi, McEnroe, Western. Kelly, you've come up with a few, haven't you?
Courting.
Yeah, I say courting.
Yeah, I say it in an ironic fashion.
Yeah.
Dial up.
It's 2 words, but I like it.
Opal fruits.
It's 2 words, but I like it.
Pager.
Yeah.
Are we just naming old-fashioned things?
I paid you. I paid you yesterday. Yeah, guys.
You didn't page me enough. You still owe me?
I'll page you later.
Okay.
Alligator? No one says alligator anymore. It's all crocodiles. Kels, any more?
T-Rex.
You wait till you have sons. They'll be saying it all the time.
Abacus.
Abacus.
Why did you do that? Abacus.
You totally abacussed me earlier on, and I didn't appreciate it. And I paid you. Fun bands. Kath, you've not come with any.
Well, because it's a silly thing.
It's not a silly thing. Puff.
Of smoke?
No, a puff.
Well, there's a reason why I don't say that anymore.
No, for the thing you put your feet on. No one calls it a puff anymore.
No, people call it a buffet and all sorts.
My nan, when she was trying to sound posh, would say buffet
or a poof.
But when it was just us, she'd say it passes the puff.
Really?
Yeah.
Why was it called that?
I don't know. It's a really strange.
Because it was a footstool.
Is buffet French for something?
No. No.
No?
I don't think so. A poof would be like an inflated thing, I guess. I don't know.
Well, you speak foreign.
I know, but it's just a noise, isn't it?
Justin, any words that no one says anymore?
Puff. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
do you know what? I bought a new sofa about 2 years ago, and he said to me, yes, the buffet. I said, what? He said, the buffet. I said, what, you mean the puff? No, the buffet, sir. Yes, the puff. It's £199. It's a puff.
It's £199? Hang on, let's stop at that bit.
Really?
It's political correctness gone absolutely bonkers. Probably can't say bonkers anymore. Probably can't say mad anymore.
Absolutely.
Anyway, well, I'll take your calls on words that you can't say. 08459 455. Am I steering this ship on my own, guys?
Well, yeah, 'tis your job.
OK, yeah, so it is. Hang on a second. Let's just have...
Your name is above the door.
Thank you.
One.
Yeah.
If you hear a whisper, give us a shout.
So, Justin.
Yes.
We know you're going to go to Milton Keynes to talk about serious issues.
Yes.
Oh, hang on.
Oh, yeah, we can't really combine the two, can we? No, we can't combine the two.
Reel it back. I've got something here that's...
Retraction, Your Honour, retraction.
Can you go and bother some pensioners for us?
Yes.
Yeah, what about?
Well, it says here in the Daily Mail, page 3, it's often said the best times of our lives are when we're young, but now a survey suggests we're in fact happiest in our 70s, because after we reach retirement...
There's not long to go.
We rediscover the everyday joys of life.
No.
I'll probably go along with that.
I mean, some of our listeners buck that trend, I would suggest.
I mean, not that I'm in my 70s. I'm just looking at the facts here. As you know, I deal in fact, not fiction. If you've done well for yourself in your life, you probably paid off your property, you're retired, you should be having a great time with your family, and in particular with your grandchildren. So, yeah, I can probably go along with that.
The suggestion here is that it's not about money, it's just about being more appreciative of having your health and good friends.
Oh, like sitting in the garden
time.
looking at stars and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness sakes, that stuff doesn't make you happy.
Is that true? I mean, I'd like to think it does, because I'm not happy now.
So, are you happy
you're
in
nearly,
your 70s?
You're nearly 70, Kath. You're closer than most.
Well, not as close as you.
Yeah, you're getting closer than me.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Quite old.
Anyway, Justin, could you go and ask... Could you ask some pensioners whether they're happier now than they were when they were kids?
Yep, absolutely. And, of course, off the back, I shall be saying to them, if you hear a whisper, give us a shout.
We need a few more of those,
which, of course, is going very well, right the way across Beds, Herts and Bucks.
Justin, always a pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. I don't buy that. I mean, I'm pretty miserable now, and I think it's probably all downhill from here, isn't it? 08459 455 555. What happened to the puffs? And are you an old person? Are you happier now than you were? Dennis will probably phone up and say he is, but I don't trust a thing he says. And others... Who's the fella that phones up and has a whinge?
Peter and Warm Green.
Peter won't be happy. Peter won't be happy. I can't imagine a time in Peter's life when he was ever happy.
I think Peter is quite content. He's quite content to moan. Just because you moan doesn't mean you're not happy.
Should I have a bit of Elton John?
Yeah. Which bit?
Rocket Man bit.
Oh, right.
Oh. Right, let's get to small people. Dennis in Dunstable, morning.
Good morning.
And good morning to Philip.
Good morning.
Right, who's the happy... Are you right, let's start with you, Dennis. Are you happier now or then?
Yes, I'm happier now. And don't forget, I'm twice your age, so if you're really miserable...
What is going on with your phone?
I don't know, don't ask me.
OK, well, let's ask Philip. Philip, what's going on with his... No, are you happier now then? Or
I think I am, Ian. You know, and yes, I'm enjoying myself, you know.
What, now?
Oh, yes, I mean, so much activities, it's all going on all the time, lots of women, and, you know...
now this is what you come down to with the older men.
Yes.
Slimmer pickings for the ladies means better time for you.
Oh, exactly.
But old people don't have it away, do they?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to answer that.
No, OK, good, because that would be horrible.
That's a bit too personal.
Bit too fresh.
Let's just say I've got a big list of...
big what?
Of lady friends.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Got a little black book?
Oh, yeah, well,
and a magnifying glass to read the names?
I've got 2 black books.
What?
Philip.
Yes, I know. I know. You know, it's it wasn't my fault. I mean, you know, just they keep getting added to the book.
Yeah, and do they know about the other ones?
I think some of them do. Yeah, because sometimes the two come along together.
See, Dennis, you played this game all. I know. Yeah, you played this game all wrong, Dennis. You've been married for however many years.
Yes, but I'm twice as happy as you are to start with.
Oh.
Don't forget, I'm twice your age, and you say you're miserable now.
Ah.
You poor old soul.
Is he talking about Ian, or is he talking about me?
Ian.
Oh, I see. Oh, right. You say you've been married, Dennis. For how many years have you been married?
65.
Ah, well, do you know, I sometimes think, you know, that I would have liked to have been married. I never was. But, you know, I mean, you know, I can imagine, you know, it's got its advantages.
You've only got to pick the right girl in the first place.
That's the thing, is finding her, isn't it? That's the problem.
And then when you've lived with her for a long time, you couldn't run after another one. You haven't got the energy.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yep.
Can't you buy things, though, to help you?
No, yes. Well, what I do, I get out of bed in the morning, exercise, I kick the bucket.
Oh, yes.
Every morning. And when it doesn't hurt, now I'm dead.
Oh, right. Oh, I kick you know, when I usually stub my toe on the bed or something, you know.
Yeah, well, I do it with the bucket.
Oh, the bucket. Oh, no, I haven't got a bucket.
I'm training myself to kick the bucket.
Oh, I see what you... Oh, yes. I see. No, but there's so much going on, isn't there, Dennis?
Of course there is.
There's so much to do every day.
Three Counties Radio.
The northbound A1.
You done yet?
No, we've got a serious bit now.
And when we say serious, I mean really serious. This next piece of audio may shock you, and if it doesn't, there is something wrong with you.
Yeah, I mean, I've obviously been listening for the last half an hour about this conversation about sexual offences against females, males, boys, whoever they seem to be. I have a criminal record for a similar offence, not as graphic, not as dangerous, but I'd just like to say that when you are brought out of prison, I mean, you've mentioned yourself you've got friends that have been in prison for whatever reasons.
Yeah.
When you come out of an institution like that, like I have about 20 years ago, you are monitored very, very carefully by the police. You have monthly meetings with the police. They do decide who you can work with, where you can work with. They assess every item, every aspect of what job you want to do. Now, obviously, I don't know what's happened with this taxi driver, how he's slipped through the net or whatever. But I'd just like to say that they are monitored by people, by the police. There's an agency within the police, I think it's Multi-Agency Public Protection or something I think it's called, that actually watch where you live, who you have dealings with, where you work, what you do. And if they specifically think there is a reason or they're not happy with the job or where you're living or whatever it is you want to do, they will tell you and they will stop you from doing it. So there is a way that people can be stopped from doing certain jobs.
Well, what's interesting about this case, John, and I really appreciate your call, is this fella didn't slip through the net. When he went to the licensing board, he was very honest and open about his criminal conviction, and yet he was still passed. So I guess that the issue here is how thorough things like the licensing board in Milton Keynes is, because it does seem inappropriate this guy was let forward. You say that you've committed a similar offence. Am I allowed to ask what your offence was?
It was of a sexual nature, that's all I'm going to say. But it wasn't as graphic or as intense of what this taxi driver was supposed to have done.
Okay. And how long did you serve in prison?
I did 12 years.
So it would be fair to surmise from that, John, that what you did was a very serious offence. 12 years is a long time, is a long sentence.
It was taken as a serious offence. I went as a no guilty plea, but obviously the CPS decided that because of what the offence they weren't happy about giving me a half sentence or whatever. They wanted to give me a punishment for what I did.
Yeah.
Basically, obviously, I had to take that punishment, and I was rehabilitated in Her Majesty's pleasure, and I was given courses and stuff to help me while I was in there, which I've turned my life around. I'm now in full-time employment, and I've been out of prison 12 years now. And the other thing I'd like to say is, obviously, you said, or it was mentioned that some prisoners, or people that have been in the prison service, been in prison, aren't reformed. I am a reformed prisoner. I've been out 12 years. I've not been in any sort of trouble since.
And is that because, and John, I'm going to ask you a question, please don't be offended by it, is that because you've not been caught, or is that because you are leading a completely different life where you're not even tempted, you're not even looking at anything connected with your crime?
Exactly, the second of that.
Okay.
I mean, it was the first offence I'd ever done. Unfortunately, I was caught for it, and obviously I served my time. I'm not a person that's going to go out looking for trouble, looking for an offence to do, because I'm not. And this is the second part of that conversation, second part of that question. Yes, I have turned my life around. I'm not interested in that again. I'm now, as far as I'm concerned, a law-abiding citizen. I want to get on with my life. Yes, I've had trouble from people that have found out I've been in prison, and well, it was for I've lived in different areas around the country. That's why I don't want to give in too much detail away.
Can I ask, John, I don't want to know where you work or what you do, but can I ask vaguely what field you work in?
Transport.
Transport, okay.
Not as a taxi driver.
No, okay. And can I ask a question, John? Just because I just heard something when you called in that maybe the listener didn't pick up on. Your offence, was it to do with children?
I was accused of an offence against a child, yes.
Okay.
Yes. Which I strongly denied, but obviously the evidence I had against me, they decided that, because I think it was a long time, let's say it was about 20 years ago.
They must have had some strong evidence to send you to prison for 12 years, mustn't they?
Yes.
It could be argued, John, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, if you say that, that you underwent rehabilitation and since you've come out of prison you've turned your life around, that possibly prison may have been the best thing for you if it stopped you reoffending. It stopped you damaging your life and also it stopped you damaging the lives of other children.
Yes, I actually agree with that. Yes, I do. It gave me a lot of time to think. Obviously, it took away my independence because I was told what to do. I was locked up nearly 24 hours a day. I was told where I could do certain things, how I could do certain things. It gave me a lot of time to sit and think. And yes, it did. It was a short shock, not a sharp shock, but it certainly was a shock to the system. For somebody that's never been in an institution like that before, the first offence to be banged away for 12 years from his friends, family, and my family turned against me as well, which I lost my family, unfortunately.
Are your family still against? Have you still lost your family, or have you made any peace with them?
It's a long story. I'm trying, but at the moment it's a long, because they were so upset and distraught by what had happened that it actually, I mean, my dad, bless him, when Dad lost his life because of the stress. And he passed away sadly while I was away, because he couldn't cope with what was going on, knowing his son had been involved in whatever it was, and he'd ended up in prison. It actually, and I still have that guilt with me now, that the fact that of what I was supposed to have done actually killed my dad, and that's something really, really hard to sort of, it's.
And you say
what I might have done was actually taking my dad's life, so to speak, if that makes sense.
And you say that you're monitored by the authorities. Sorry?
I missed that.
Who was that?
There was a voicemail come through.
Oh, okay, right. And you say that you're monitored now, John. And again, I stress this isn't your real name. Do the police? How closely monitored are you? Do they come and check your computer? Do you have to check in with them every 6 months? How does it work?
Basically, I'm under a public protection. I have a public protection officer who keeps in monthly contact. And every 6 months they come. We have a meeting. They either come to my home where I'm living, or I go to the local police station, and we sit and have I was going to say a social meeting, but it's not quite a social meeting, but on that sort of level, where we sit and have a cup of coffee, we have a chat, they ask what I'm doing, how I am, if I've had any problems, is there anything I need to speak to them about, have I got any issues that I need to speak about, and they basically just keep an eye on where I'm living, that people in the area are sort of not respecting me, because I think that's the wrong word, but that I'm not getting any issues from anybody locally, and they keep an eye on where I work, that I'm not having contact with certain people that I'm not allowed to have contact with. The issue you mentioned about computers, I've never had a laptop or a computer, so that's not an issue for me. So yes, they do keep quite a tight eye on where I am and what I'm doing.
Do you find, John, that you have to, how can I phrase this delicately? I don't think I can, so it's going to sound like a clumsy question. Do you find, John, that you have to keep out of the way of temptation? Are there certain areas, certain places, for example, I don't know, schools or sweet shops or things like that, that you have to avoid for your own safety?
Yes, there is.
So that desire, for want of a better word, is still there to a certain extent.
No, it's not that desire. It's not there to a certain extent. It's just the fact that obviously when I was away, I was told there are certain places that, for your own safety, you don't want to go anywhere near.
Okay.
And there are certain places now that I won't go anywhere near for my own safety unless I have somebody else with me who knows my offences or knows what I did, and is there to sort of just say, come on, just move away from that area. You don't want to go there because of, not that I'm saying that I would ever reoffend again, because I'm hoping, and so far it's been 12 years and I've touched wood, it's not happened, but just in case I did, and I wouldn't expect it to, but yeah, there are places that I wouldn't go anywhere near.
And finally, John, listen, I could talk to you all morning, but we've got to move on. I really appreciate your call and your honesty. It's a very brave thing for you to do. Finally, I've noticed as well, you keep flipping and flopping between saying that the crime you committed and then actually saying that you didn't commit a crime. What do you think about what happened?
I think I was in the wrong area, wrong situation, wrong time. I was in the wrong place. And the person that accused me of what happened, I just feel I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Did you do it? Did you commit a sexual offence against a child?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, the CPS and the legal system found enough evidence to send you to prison for 12 years, and you've admitted yourself this morning that you've had to undergo a lot of rehabilitation to kind of tame those impulses.
Yes. Basically, when you're in prison and you go and you get into a rehabilitation, to get yourself, I was going to say a shorter sentence, but to get yourself through the prison service, they give you courses like cognitional courses, they give you offence courses, they give you rehabilitation courses that you do, and the way they look at it in a prison, I don't know whether you're aware, if you don't do certain courses, you don't do certain things in the prison, it goes against you in the prison service, for getting you back out into the community, and then when you are back out in the community through the probation service, through the police, into your future life, if you haven't done these certain courses or sat and done through the rehabilitation courses in the prison service, that goes against you.
It goes against you. Would it be fair to say, John, that you've learnt to say the right things to kind of get your freedom? You've not actually changed in any way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Here's iainlee talking about his ex-beard.
Now, Jonathan Berners-Smith is here.
Yes, you're right. You shaved your beard off, haven't you?
The beard's... Yes, I have. Well spotted.
It's a shame.
What was your first clue?
One or two people said, or I thought rather unkindly when I took that photograph of you, one or two people said you look like Jeremy Beadle.
Yeah. Who said that? People who work here? No. Just losers on the internet.
Listeners.
Those I don't care. Those guys.
You don't care?
Jeremy Beadle was yeah. That's a shame. Did I look like Beadle?
I don't think you did.
No, I thought I looked handsome, and then it started getting a little bit wiry, and I thought off
right.
a bit. And I had a lovely shave.
Were you worried you'd look like an old smelly tramp?
No. Oh. Why would you say that?
Well, I just wondered.
Why would you say that?
I just wondered.
Why did you wonder that?
I just wondered what the reason was you shaved it off.
Odd thing to wonder. Why? Well, not really odd thing to wonder.
Well, do you think you look like a smelly old tramp?
No. No, of course not. Did you think that?
No.
What's on your show today?
Coming up on the big phone in this morning from...
Here's Iain Lee blathering on about his poor, energetic legs.
I've still got it!
I can see!
Yeah, I know.
Flipping heck, put it away.
BBC I Wonder asks intriguing questions and
Google
reveals thought-provoking answers. As one question is answered, another is raised.
Google it, mate.
The discoveries are endless.
I'll Google it.
BBC I Wonder. Go to bbc.co.uk/I Wonder.
Here's a question for the BBC. Why do people get their nipples pierced? Why do people do that?
I don't know.
Why would they
Seems like anything that sticks out gets pierced these days.
Flipping heck. Here we go. Listen, they go crazy. Yeah. And it finishes. It finishes, but they still have a fade at the end. That's weird, isn't it?
It's nice, isn't it?
It is nice.
That they're appreciating their GP.
I might listen to that album later.
Revolver.
How do they do a fade? Do you think they're all playing?
They
and
stepped away from the microphones. Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. I need to see a Dr. Robert. Not that Dr. Robert. He was a drug dealer.
I'll sort you out. What do you need?
I need something. I've got the energy in my leg. My right leg is so energetic.
L'energy.
L'energie.
You need a massage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is.
Not by me.
Oh, Kath?
No.
Hey.
But have you got matching socks on today?
Pretty much.
Oh, nice.
Close as. So I've got the twitchy leg thing. There's no cure for that, is there? So people have killed themselves. This is no joking matter. People have killed themselves because of the twitchy leg syndrome. I had it all last night. I had a bath with bath salts to try and ease it. Didn't ease it in the slightest. I'm just splashing away in the bath.
I think the more aware you are of it, the more you think about it, the worse it gets, doesn't it?
No.
You just exercise.
That's like saying the more aware you are of... all right, Kels. The more aware you are of a headache, the more it is.
No, what you need to do is notice it's there, move on.
I got twitchy leg.
Move on. Instead of notice it's there, Google it, think about how you're going to cope with it, think about what you need, think about who's going to give you a massage, think about your socks.
Have you Googled it?
You're spending too much time on that leg.
I can't stop, it won't stop twitching.
Have you I Wondered it?
I lost, what's that fella's name?
Evan Davis.
I Wonder.
I told you that I convinced my wife that Evan Davis was blind, didn't I? Did I tell you that?
Well...
Guys?
He does have the ability to look in two corners at the same time.
Yep. 08459 455 555. This is a serious issue with my leg, right? And if anyone knows how to fix it...
I can fix it.
Go on, then.
My mum used to say I'll hit you over the head with a pan and then you'll think about your headache instead.
No, I think about how I'm going to sue your mum in court for...
I could give you a dead arm.
Exactly.
No, it's my leg.
Distraction injury.
Distraction.
This is more powerful than anything I've ever felt before in my life.
What if me and Kath both simultaneously slap you around the face?
You see, they were walking away from the microphone and doing a fade out there, and that was awesome.
So Ian had loads of calls this week disagreeing with him, and rightly so, because Ian says, you know Elvis, Elvis is rubbish, and he's really overrated, what a load of old guff. Don't punch me! He only had 5 good songs. Here he is saying it.
JVS, stay there. I have a VIP mystery angry caller on the line. Good morning, VIP mystery angry caller.
Who's this?
Sorry?
Who am I speaking to? It's Elvis Presley. I hear you been slagging me off this morning.
That's the language that Elvis would use. Yes, Elvis, I think you're terribly overrated.
Well, I tell you what, mate, I've sold more records than the Beatles.
You tell me what, mate?
1.3 billion records I've sold.
OK, what's your favourite record that you sold?
My one? In the Ghetto.
Could you skip?
No fires on a cold and gray Chicago morning. A poor little baby child was born in a ghetto. You play too much of that Beatles, sir.
That is, listen, you've done 5 good songs, and that's one of them. But things like
I've sold over 1.3 billion records, Ian.
Okay.
I'll tell you something else now, you.
Yeah.
You're getting me so angry.
Yeah.
I'll be outside the studio this afternoon. You know what I'm like.
Okay, I do know what you're like, Elvis. Dead.
Yeah, you've seen all my films. I don't take any from nobody.
Okay. Well, Elvis, listen, I'm sorry if you've been offended, but you are a little bit rubbish, aren't you?
I don't agree with that, sir. Nor the millions of people around the world.
Okay. Well, what's your message to your fans, Elvis?
God bless you all. I love you all.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Not a bit weird that you died 35 years ago?
No, I'm still alive, sir.
And where do you live now?
I'm on an island in the Caribbean.
Okay, and you listen to Three Counties in the Caribbean, yeah?
I do, sir. I've got a great big area.
That's partly why you're so famous. And you've got a summer home in Hemel Hempstead, have you?
No, I've got a caravan in Clacton.
Elvis, thank you very much indeed. Wow. I was just pwned by Elvis Presley himself. God.
You were.
That was it. It was him. It sounded like him.
I thought he was dead as well.
I thought he died.
He's clearly not.
Yeah, he's got an island in the Caribbean and a great big area. Well, good for him.
Well, that's lovely.
Still rubbish, though.
I think you're very mean about Elvis.
Why?
He's not that bad. He's got some good hits.
He did 5 good songs.
Well, I know you've said about the 5. I like Burning Love.
That's not bad, yeah.
Chunker hunker burning love. Ooh, that one.
We should probably get on with flagging up your show, mate.
Coming up on this morning's Big Phone.
Here's some serious stuff from Thursday.
And?
I wouldn't phone you earlier on. I didn't want you to have a go at me. I get my free television licence tomorrow, darling.
Well, you must be looking forward to it. Do you think you deserve it?
Of course I do. Listen, I came to this country in 1956, and ever since I've been here, I have worked. I've never got a penny from the government. So you stop and think about all these lazy lads.
But why should
regardless of who they are, who have never worked. My family's not worked. Oh, why should I work? That attitude. I've worked and paid for what I'm getting.
I don't know any people like that.
Don't you?
No, I don't think.
I think you must go around your eyes closed. Then I really reckon you go around your eyes closed.
How do you walk around, Anne, and know, and just by looking, know which people have decided they're never going to work?
Of course you know.
How do you know, Anne?
If you live in a place for long enough, you can see.
How do you know?
See.
How do you know that these people aren't ill or haven't tried to get work?
For God's sake, come off, Eddie. And that's as bad as you yesterday saying because you've got what they call it, leg syndrome. You're entitled to a blue badge.
I'm seeing someone about that tomorrow. Seeing someone about that tomorrow. Got twitchy leg.
Yeah. Well, you'd have more than a twitchy leg if I got hold of you at times.
Thank you.
That's all right, but not what you're thinking.
But how do you know, Anne, just by looking at people, that they're lazy?
For goodness sake. Catherine, behave yourself.
It's not Catherine in this instance, it's Kelly.
Oh, my God.
I know. And I'm blushing at what she's just typed on the screen.
Anyhow, Ian, I've been listening to you this morning.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
And I did like that lady who gave you as good as you were giving.
Yeah,
in fact, she gave you better than what you were giving.
Yeah, well, I pwned you, didn't I, Anne?
No.
Yeah, I totally pwned you just then. Do you not remember? Just then I owned you.
No, I thought I've got to let him know I am getting my television licence tomorrow.
I don't think... why should I pay for you to watch Cash in the Attic and flog it?
Oh, don't be silly, I don't. Anyhow, that is not the point. I have paid for it ever since I came to this country. Stop and think about those lazy people.
Those who?
Those lazy people who do not want to work. And then again, there's those people who do go to work, but they beat the system all the time.
And television,
I know quite a few of them.
Television is a luxury, not a right. If you can't afford the television licence, you shouldn't have a television. Go and read a book. Old-fashioned telly.
Darling, I can't afford it.
Well, then pay it. If you can afford it, why are you getting a freebie?
Because I bloody paid for it, excuse me. Never make me swear.
And lovely to talk to you, my dear. Take care.
Yeah, take care. Bye, dear. Bye.
Bye, Anne. Here's some classic bants from Thursday's show.
We've had no feedback on it, Just. Put the question out there again, please.
It's a genuine question. You came into work this morning, Ian. You said you had a bit of a headache, so I gave you a massage, which he was very impressed with, by the way.
Very sensual. Ladies, get in there.
Now, normally when people go for a massage, they have these bizarre whale sounds in the background to try and relax you. Yeah, a bit like that. Who gets paid for that? Who gets the royalties on that? If any artist went into a studio or any artist was recorded and their music was sold, they would get money. So who gets the money? Do the whales get the money? It's a genuine question. That was actually a monkey, I think.
Snake! So what was the question? Sorry, Justin. I was so impressed with Kelly Bett's dolphin. You're welcome.
Whale royalties.
Yeah.
If a whale gets recorded and their music gets put onto a CD, who gets paid for that?
Are you serious, mate?
I'm being serious. Who gets paid for that?
Yeah, but he actually thinks... Well, there are two worrying issues here. One, he thinks these things. Two, he then says these things out loud.
Three, he says them on the radio.
Yeah.
Justin,
people are with me.
If, for example, the whale got paid, what do you think they'd spend it on?
It will go into a whale fund.
And then what? Would the whale get it?
Delicious fish.
Are you picturing a whale in Sainsbury's?
Quite possible. Plenty of those in my local Sainsbury's.
Oh,
Ooh,
Justin.
Sorry.
Now, we've sent you... Well, 08459 455 555, if anybody... You all right, Kath? You laughing at Justin's...
He's a cheeky boy.
Isn't he, just?
He's some really serious stuff from Friday.
Dog bans. What was Justin banging on about dogs earlier on?
Dogs like homework, fact, according to Justin.
Oh, flippin' it's embarrassing, isn't it?
He was talking about a Great Dane that ate 43.5 socks. Obviously, 44 was just too many.
So Pedigree Pete has called in. Morning, Pete.
Good morning, my friends.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions yet. What have you got for us?
As you know, I show dogs and that, so I've got one or two. And I was walking one of my dogs over on a local park to where I am.
Yeah.
And obviously they play around like they do.
Don't
and
they?
One of my dogs came across a young child's goalkeeper's glove. You know, the biggest glove.
Oh, yeah.
And that was swallowed whole.
Oh, blimey.
And thank God for soda crystals, because that's what the vet, I phoned them and said, soda crystal, and the glove was brought back up whole.
Soda crystals?
Yeah, soda crystals. Apparently well, if you have soda crystals, it makes them sick. But that's what the vet said. Lucky enough, we had some under the cabinet, under the sink, and the goalkeeper's glove was brought up straight away.
And did you give it back to the child?
I couldn't find it. If I had, I'd have wrung his neck, because if I'd have had to go to the vets, it'd have cost me a fortune.
Yeah, it was the kid's fault that your untamed dog ate his glove, wasn't it?
Well, no, but he shouldn't have chucked it away, whatever, because it was in good nick. It was in good nick.
Yeah, go on.
Before you cut me off, can I just say one thing about these blue badges?
Yes.
This is my view. And my view is, if they park in any of these superstores, as in, all right, I will, Tesco's, Morrison's and all those.
Sainsbury's, Waitrose, yeah.
Why don't, and I forgot them, and M&S.
Aldi.
What? Yeah. Lidl's.
Yeah.
Now,
Sainsbury's.
Why don't they? Why don't they?
Iceland.
I forgot about Iceland.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And farm foods.
Yep.
Anyway, why don't they have? Oh no, I can't think of another one.
Do I win?
Yeah, you win on that one.
Sweet.
Why don't they have a contract with a clamping firm?
Oh yeah.
And if the vehicle hasn't got a blue badge in it, clamp it. And if whatever proceeds they get from it, give it to some charity.
Pete, thank you very much indeed. There we go. That's Pedigree Pete there.
Wise words.
Very wise words.
Here's some classic bants from Friday.
What's this new word you've invented this morning, Ian?
Which one?
Traumatised.
Hey, we didn't invent that.
No, it's traumatised.
Traumatised.
No, listen, Dave Luton...
Traumatised.
Speaks his own... he speaks his own language.
I like the mushy peas. Traumatised.
Yeah, he speaks his own language.
And I'm sorry I had to bring that down on Justin, him losing his pay for tomorrow.
Go on. Well, Justin's here. You can speak to him now.
All right,
Hello,
Andrew.
Justin.
How are you, boss?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The tension between these two.
As payback for you trying to diss me yesterday, I thought, no, I'll have to punish him. What can I do? I don't want to be too severe. Just a day's pay. So I'll have this match on the thing, so his show gets dropped.
Andrew, you're even more deluded than yesterday, my friend.
No, I'm hoping to bring you back next week, though.
Right.
But as long as you don't start using words like deluded.
Yeah. Oh, the power you have, Andrew. The power.
Well, of course, Justin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew, nice to talk to you. Have a nice weekend.
And you, Ian.
Ta-ta. I do love the simmering sexual tension between you. You hate him, don't you, Just?
No, in actual fact, he's actually a top man. But
it's not what you were saying in the office this morning.
I was saying yesterday that he was very, very wrong. I had a lot of backup yesterday, actually. People on the streets this morning saying to me, my views yesterday on benefits were absolutely spot on.
It's a shame they didn't say it into the microphone yesterday.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
Seriously, Justin, you and Andrew just need to hug this one out.
I think so.
Do you know what I'd love? Right, I would love to hear a show with you and Andrew. An hour, 2-hour show where you discuss the politics and the news stories of the day. It would be wonderful.
I think I'll leave that one, if that's okay. I think I'll stick to playing the UK and American charts from a certain weekend back in the day.
Now, listen, you... Don't laugh at him, Kelly.
That's his job.
Although it's not tomorrow. He's been dropped.
I've been dropped tomorrow for the football.
Oh, that's the best trail ever.
What? Shut up, Bets. Listen, you produce a programme about unsigned bands and artistes, yeah? I can sing. Where's the call?
You're not
Typical BBC discriminating.
You're not good enough.
I'm not good enough.
Right. Where's your instrument?
Right. So hang on. I thought you said that if you're unsigned and you want to get your music on the radio, give us a shout. I'm giving you a shout right now.
Well, just I tell you what. Let's have a little audition. Let's have a little audition now.
Audition now. I'm not giving it away now. I want my fans to tune in and lift the audience on BBC Introducing. I'm trying to do people a favour here.
Where do you get your inspiration from for writing music?
I get my inspiration from real life, actually.
And what sort of songs do you write?
I know Ian's not a fan of this, but I write songs from the heart.
What style of music?
Soulful.
Yeah? Do you want to give us a burst now?
No, I've just said to you, book me for the programme and I'll sing for you.
I have to hear someone to book them.
What are your views on happy hardcore?
No, I don't do happy hardcore. But again, to go back to Kelly's point here, it's like saying to Elvis Presley when he was alive, I'll tell you what, Elvis, sing me a song and then I might book
Someone did.
a concert.
And then he done it and
Someone
he got a
did.
job.
Yeah, but no one...
You buy a ticket for the concert, then you hear it.
No one booked Elvis without hearing him.
Calm down, guys. Calm down. Dealey, I've noticed when you're talking to your colleagues and also to Andrew, there's a real tension within you today, and I think I know why.
Why?
It's because about 2 hours ago, you came up with the most ridiculous topic ever. What has your dog eaten?
Yeah.
I said, if that works, I'll buy you a breakfast.
Right.
And I know for a fact it hasn't worked.
How do you know that for a fact?
Because you got one person who had a really boring story. You had to go out and do it again.
Who's your source?
I'm not revealing my sources.
Right.
Ketchup.
Now, hang on a second. This morning, I produced content on blue badges.
No, I'm not.
I have produced content on police compensation.
Great content. Great content. You came up with what has your dog eaten. I told you it wouldn't work. You poo-pooed that.
Yeah.
And I've been proven right.
The reason we're talking about this is because I was casually reading The Independent this morning.
I was the Telegraph earlier.
I think it was The Independent as well, and the Daily Mirror. It's in quite a few of the papers. Somebody's dog, they had a Great Dane. Somebody's dog wasn't eating, and it was very poorly. They took their dog to the vets. 43 and a half socks were discovered inside that dog. Every dog owner has got a story.
Colin's a dog owner with a story.
Exactly.
Go on, Colin.
Hello.
Hello, Colin.
I used to have a dog, and I left him when I went out to work one day. This is a long time ago.
Have you got your teeth in, Cole?
Yes, I've got all my own teeth, thank you.
Yeah, in a box by the bed?
No.
Okay.
Okay. And I walked into my flat and I thought, smells nice in here today. And I left some, you get tiny glass vials of expensive aftershave and perfume.
Oh, yeah.
It was sent to me.
Yeah.
He'd eaten those.
Wow.
Is that not good enough for you?
Crazy dog.
Oh, yes, he was. But he was lovely.
Good story.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
There you go, Ian. You see, people are coming up with the goods. I've got a gripe this morning, by the way.
You can get cream for that, I think, now, can't you?
Can I just say something on the record here? Can I just say something?
Yeah, go on, brother.
The streets were a tense place this morning.
He's up on one now.
Okay, the streets were tense. I'll tell you why.
Gosh.
And I'm going to put this on record.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for Staffordshire Bull Terriers. This morning, I approached a man who had a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Looked like a lovely dog. I said, "Excuse me, sir." He said 2 words to me, the second being off. And then he walked off. I'm back in Luton again this morning. This is the second time in a month that somebody has abused me on the streets, swearing at me for absolutely no reason.
Oh,
is it my face?
You wait till you get to the office.
Hey, that's it. That's your lot.
That's your lot. Thanks for
For
listening.
muffing up my podcast.
Oh, he's
Utter plums.
He's actually
utter rubbish. There's a reason you don't have your own podcast or your own show, because you're complete muffins. You don't have to do radio.
It's a matter of time, Kelly. It's a matter of time.
Thanks for listening. Same time next week. I winked.
Thanks for listening to this free download from BBC Three Counties Radio, your local radio station for beds, hearts and bucks, on FM, AM, digital radio, and online at bbc.co.uk/3counties.